or artists and musicians. Originally, Yvonne, as I said, started it for artists and musicians. But now it's pretty much anyone who they consider an upstat is sent to CC. That's where, this is any upstat, anyone with money, and of course artists and musicians are sent here to Celebrity Center. And this is it. So there you go. This is where, and the celebrities, the top celebrities have their own top secret course room, which is in the back. They have their own secret parking lot and entrance, which I saw because the vice president of Scientology, when I was working for the Scientology Parishioners League, showed me their course room and entrance and everything. And I don't know what happened to Janet Weiland. She was the vice president, and after I left, she disappeared. So I don't know if she's on the RPF with everybody else or not. Functioning orgs that really has people at it. Whereas L. Ron Hubbard Way, it's dead. But this is usually pretty crowded because they like I said, anybody with money, they're here. This is their thing. And this is where I went on the Newlywed Game. We lived here and we won a trailer camper. And I know, move up a little bit and then we'll be able to see the back of it. Now, let me hand you this and you can film the back. See, that's, move up just a little bit. And that's where I live, right in the back there on the 5th floor. That was my room that I lived in.
Tori lives there.
And I got married right back in there in the Rose Garden after I got married. And they used to have, AOLA was part of this also, which they now have moved to L. Ron Hubbard Way. But everybody that used to be in remembers the AO Annex, which was in the back of CC here. And the Cadet Org was here for a while too. It was just a mess for a while because of that. It wasn't good. But anyway, there you go. All right, let's go around the corner because this is the real entrance. Now, no doubt, the security guys already called them, so they'll have the entrance cleared. See, there's the guy zooming along, the Sea Org guy, probably already getting the security out. Hill 10, Hill 10. The SPs are here. Quick, guard the entrance. So up here, this is, now first slow down here because this is in here. This is where everybody parks that's, that they allow to park. They park down in there. And inside of there's a secret entrance, and that's the back side. Why don't you take it, because I can't really get it, but that's the back of Celebrity Center. And take up there to the whole the building, not just the parking area, because but see, there's CC, the back end of it, which is really pretty. It's a beautiful building, it is. It's really, really pretty. And it's really neat. I really like it, the way they fixed it up. It's a really cool...
There's a Sea Org member across the street behind us.
Yeah. And this is all Sea Org berthing now. They bought this apartment building across the street.
Here's this other entrance here.
And this is the main entrance for the public. This is where they come in here to, you park in there and then go on course, or they have a lot of events at this. Where's the green thing? The green thing is behind those trees. It's a pavilion that they built that they have all kinds of events at, and different artists do things, and that's where Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright does her free seminars, and other people do their free seminars. They've really loaded it up with trees, so you can't see anything. It's amazing. Yeah, there's a guy trimming over there.
Is that a Scientology shirt on? I think he has a shirt on this.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be. Who knows? Anyway, why don't you move up just a little bit? I'll try to get the pavilion and a little bit more of the building. It's a really interesting place, and it is, like I said, the last place. It's kind of the last hurrah for people really coming and being on course and stuff like that. Because most of the other places everywhere are empty. But the Celebrity Center, they've still got, the celebs come here. And I say they're the glue that keeps Scientology going, I really think. If those guys woke up and said what they really feel, it'd probably
like Jason McCabe did.
Yeah, exactly, like Jason. That was so great. All right, so anyway, there you go. Why don't you move up a little bit? Let's see if we can get, there's the green pavilion. There's a Hollywood sign again. Now we're a few blocks north of... Do I
go
see
across
it
the
or
street,
not?
or?
No, I guess not. Yeah, let's go up there.
Oh shit, okay.
The Roman hills, which are, they get prettier and prettier. There are some really totally beautiful areas of LA. And we're kind of going up into the hills towards the Hollywood sign. This is just just like 1 block or 2 blocks north of Celebrity Center. Or is it? What? You got a ton of pretty houses along here. These are in the hills, the Hollywood Hills.
Oh, man.
And that's right on the it's cool bamboo. I love bamboo. Wow. That's one thing in LA that's fabulous is there's tons, even though it's not the 4 seasons, but you do have tons of different vegetation that are just. This should be. Those are pretty. The way the winds. This house. Now this is the most amazing thing about LA. We've got these earthquakes, right? But here's this house, like just honkered on the hill. You're like, we're okay. And I said, you know, because there's a guy that swung by us and turned around, and I said, you know, it wouldn't be impossible for Scientology to have someone following us, right? Because there's OTs all around these mountains, these hills, and we're literally just kind of taking a scenic view. We have no intentions of going to find OTs or something like that. But in their minds, they probably are already thinking, aha, you know, let's make sure nobody talks to them. And I was just saying, you know, if we did run into an OT, they would be there in 5 minutes or less. Just like they did with the staff. Move along, don't talk to them. A religion? I don't think so. Oh, that's a pretty house. There's some really beautiful houses. And these are not huge houses because they're in the hills. But they're very quaint and very pretty. And some of them are just gorgeous. What is this canyon?
This is just I think this is Lake Hollywood.
Okay, Lake Hollywood. This is just a pretty drive over to Beechwood Canyon where we're going to go up it so we can see the
We're going the
Hollywood
Hollywood Loop here because he wanted to see.
Oh, how pretty! Oh, I love these little roads. They're so cool. See, these are all over LA where they're just kind of little, tucked in, beautiful. See how pretty this street is? It's just a little street that, of course, you have to have $1 million to live on one of these streets, but they are pretty cool. And you don't have to have $1 million to drive around them. See, we've got some trees here in LA other than palm trees. There's a palm tree, but there's a real tree. You're working on, you know what I mean?
That's one of their things where it's
There you go. We're coming up, Junior Birdman. Now there's another really pretty street. This is just straight pretty stuff.
There's a little Buick here.
Yeah, let's get that. Another little street, you know, that we're just cruising along. We're way above Hollywood now. Let's see if we can get a view. Woo, way above. Woo! See? There's the world down there. Let's see if there's. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see. Wait. Let's see if we can get it. See, these are the hills. The hills are alive. Okay, that didn't work.
Okay. That hits the cutting room floor. Delete. That's a cool. It's you just film. It's like if you don't want it, you don't use it. You know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. But this is a pretty street. I love these little streets. Oh, look at this sign. If anyone wants to come get one of these houses and live with me, you're welcome to do so. Oh, these are so pretty. Somewhere around here, Andreas and I came to shoot the Hollywood sign. Andreas is hysterical with that. He's really fun. Because he travels around the world and he puts one of the, you know, something like the Hollywood sign or the Eiffel Tower or something behind him, takes a shot, prints out like 30 of them, draws a line in the back of them, and then sends them out as postcard. It's very cute. That's from xenu.net. Ooh, there you go, man. Oh, there's the Hollywood sign. I just saw it.
Oh, we'll see it again.
All right.
You'll see a supersized version.
Empathize.
Supersized.
Okie doke. Luck. Oh, I think this is the street we went down for the Hollywood sign.
Yes.
I think this is it. Yep. Bingo, zingo. Is this it? Oh, God, Jesus Christ. No, you have to wind down a little bit more.
Yeah, get into Beechwood.
Beechwood, Fort Bob, Debbie, Curvy. It's kind of cool, these little Hollywood hills. See how tight it is? It's kind of almost like European.
This, there's a 50s Chevy under that. An English guy owns it from England.
Here we are. Wait, let's see if I can get it. Wait.
Oh,
See, now you're gonna
sorry.
go up and then the trees will be there.
Oh,
It's driving me nuts.
wait, what the fuck? Did it disappear? Oh, you gotta be in that one little spot.
You have to be back there. Anyway, go to Beechwood.
Okay, now I'm buying this stick. Okay.
Two knuckleheads. Let's see. Here we go up Beechwood Canyon. Now this is right up from Celebrity Center, Scientology. That's the big Hollywood sign that everybody sees around the world. There you go.
Cool. Got it.
I got it. Now wait, just stop. Can you stop for just 1 minute?
Yeah, get a
Because
nice
it's kind
steady
of
shot.
moving and
Right, right.
this really unsteady spot. Okay, there you go. Wow. It's an apartment building?
Yeah,
That's
see, there are
pretty-
different entrances.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. This is again in the Hollywood Hills. We're about a block from Celebrity Center.
So then it would be your choice.
Right.
It's
These
like,
are kind of cool.
It's your choice, but we'll declare you suppressive, or
Mhm.
you'll be connected to suppressive person.
Mhm.
And you know what that means. So it just, it's also everybody's choice is going to communicate with you. Yeah, they could say that. But
Yeah, it's like, if it's their choice, this is my question to them always. If it's your choice to not talk to people, why is it every single Scientologist who leaves immediately gets in touch with all their quote-unquote suppressive friends and their family and everybody else that they haven't been able to talk to? And that's the truth. That's what happens. So it's not really a choice. It's a choice of the group. And you don't really have a choice on that. That's the group. That's the policy. There you go. Remember, because Drew just said he didn't know they had a mass exodus in the 80s. And yes, they did. Wow, look at Hollywoodland. Wait. What the hell is this? What is that day spot thing? Wow, that's kind of cool. Hollywoodland? Oh, I'm coming there. That's kind of cool. And a realty place? What a
and a
riot.
literacy agency.
Uh-oh. That means it's probably Scientology. Where's the literacy agency? That's my
Is
friend.
it Lynn Pichette?
Wait.
Lynn Pichette.
Pichetti Literacy Agency. She's probably Pichette. I think she's a Scientologist.
Wow.
They always use that literacy stuff. Like my friend did that until she died.
Oh.
She started the literacy thing. But anyway, now I thought there was a mass exodus in the 80s. So yes, there was. What happened is in the 80s, Miscavige and Hubbard basically together canceled all the missions, right? I mean, they had the big mission holders conference, and missions used to be private businesses, which I think most people know, but if you're new, you don't. They used to have these missions. They were sort of like in people's homes or little country things, kind of like privately owned, run by people who cared. And they got new people in all the time. And they were friendly and they were warm and they were cool. And the guys made a lot of money with them. They were businesses. They sold books, they sold courses, that kind of thing. But Hubbard, getting greedy, said, screw that. You have to pay us a certain percentage or else. So a bunch of the mission holders in the 80s, in 82 I believe it was, had the mission holders conference. And first of all, they all agreed this is horseshit. We don't want to pay them. And then they had a mandatory meeting where DM and the new finance police got them all in a room, sec-checked them, group sec-checking. It was a nightmare. And basically made them get out their checkbooks and pay them and all this other stuff. And a bunch of them went, you know what, that's it, we're done. And they left. And that was the mass exodus. And tons of Scientologists went with them. The only reason I didn't was that exact quote that guy used today. That was the only reason I didn't go.
That's true for
Because
you.
for me, they were horrible and what was going on was horrible. But I had this loyalty to L. Ron Hubbard, and he had a quote saying, if it isn't true for you, it isn't true. And I was like, okay, it isn't true for me. Like the finance police I knew were full of shit, and they did eventually go away. But in the meantime, a lot of people left. And there was literally the city was like divided in half with people that left and people that stayed. And unfortunately, I was one of the ones that stayed for many years to come. Yeah, but at least I got out, so there you go.
Hey,
And I'm free now, and now a lot of the people that have stayed past me are getting free too. And we welcome you out. Because that's a really fun thing. Like I said to that Sea Org guy, it's It's a very solo thing when you wake up. For most people, you're all alone. Especially now, especially then, it was like you were all alone. Whereas now, wow, this is cool. Sunset
if Steve went out and he wanted to have friends, we'd be like,
yeah, a million. Because he's got all the ex-Sea Org members are out, the critics are here, Anonymous is here.
Yeah,
there's so much support.
Everybody hanging on his word to know what's going on in there. What's
exactly.
it like?
Whereas in the old days, it was like, 5 people were out. Mm-hmm. And it took a lot of courage to leave back then. It still takes a lot of courage. It does. Because of the group peer pressure.
And also the internal stuff that you feel in your mind.
Right.
That keep you in.
But you're going to lose mostly, the biggest thing is you're going to lose all your friends and your family, you think. Although most of your friends and family are out also. That's the really weird thing. This is one of the hills. We're just cruising along.
Why does it say do not enter?
Do not enter. What does it say? Authorized vehicles only. So this is a park? Okay, it's a ranch where you can rent horses. That's where we were going to go to, but now they say authorized things only. Wait, stop for a second. There you go. Horse rent. In the hills, and this was a ranch that we were going to go see, but now they have authorized vehicles only. So we can't go. The people didn't think the missions were full of shit. Or they they sort of had to go along with the mission holders were declared because they were all declared SP. But that was a big thing to take because it was like, wait a minute, these are the guys that have brought all these people into Scientology. And the weird thing about it is they never recovered. Not ever has Scientology recovered since they lost those missions. It's like those were the people that brought in the new people. And then it went from no missions to these orgs where you had to walk in and the Sea Org was there, or even just staff, but they were just so military and different than these friendly homes, and people were like, nah, I don't want to go in there. Right. And so even though Hubbard, out of his greed, wanted the money from the mission holders, thank God they had the courage to say, no way, we're not doing it. And that was really the beginning of the end of Scientology, quite frankly. And it's just expanded. Obviously the two biggest things, and this is my opinion, but the three biggest things were, one, the Mission Holders Conference, where they tried to take over the missions, because that ended getting new people in. The second biggest thing that ruined Scientology was in the 90s, when they tried to shut down alt-religion Scientology with a cancel command, and that brought in all the computer geeks and the critics saying, screw you, this is the internet, we don't know anything about Scientology, but they have a right to speak, whoever they are. And the third biggest huge thing was Anonymous, which you'd think they would have learned from the 90s, hello, don't do this, but Tom Cruise's video came out, you're either in or out, and so what does OSA do again? We're demanding that you take that video off YouTube, and Anonymous went, not on our watch, and there you go again. Now we got thousands more. Good job, Anonymous. Good job, critics, and the ex-Scientologists have been continuing to leave in droves. So it's been kind of fun to be part of the exodus, for sure. Behind the Manor Hotel. Okay, so it was originally a hotel, just a hotel here in Hollywood, and then Scientology bought it. And at the time, it was called Fifield Manor. That was the name of the hotel. So we all just nicknamed it the Manor, right? And like I lived there, my husband before we got married lived there. We got married there. The Guardian's office was on the 5th floor. And then AO, like I said, AO was there, the complex, the cadet org. And then eventually they moved all that over to the L. Ron Hubbard Way and changed this into Celebrity Center. They moved it from La Brea over to here. Does that explain it? Yeah. Scientology, those palm trees, there's a whole row of these palm trees, and if you go on the roof, they explain how at the Manor Hotel, which is right there, that's it down the street. There it is. That's how close we were to it.
Oh, whoops, sorry, guys.
Sorry. But it used to have this huge land, and when you're on the roof, you can see these gigantic palm trees, these rows and rows and rows of them. And they said that was the original land of the Fifield Manor. It was like this huge celebrity manor that celebrities lived at.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from Hollywood in the old days.
Look at this old building here.
The old 101 freeway. Oh, and here's the 101. Oh, this is in a lot of the movies, the 101 restaurant. Let's have lunch there. This is really famous. It's a famous place. I love this 101. Oh, it's so great. Hi. Yeah, you can park in the back. We have to go around. They have really tasty stuff, too. You can't park this way. You have to go around the block.
Okay.
But you want to eat? Are you hungry?
Hell yeah. I'm hungry.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is a great place.
I was thinking like,
hell yeah.
when we're so involved in what we're doing, we forgot about eating.
I know, we forgot about eating. But this will be really tasty. All right, so we'll turn it off. We're going to go to the 101. We escaped out of Scientology, and I did escape all the way across the country, and they chased me. But when I finally got out, the police of the Tampa airport got us out of the airport, and Bob Minton and Stacy Brooks and Jesse Prince were there. Jesse used to work with Miscavige. And when we got out, we went to a hotel room, and we literally stayed up all night long talking, and me telling him these old stories about the old days in Scientology. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to hear this. Because to him, he was like, why would any moron join this group where they're like totally Nazi-like now and stuff like that? But when he heard about the old days and how fun it was, and like at the Manor, it was like Peyton Place. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was very fun. People were partying all the time. This is a really yucky street. But we're going to go in and park at the 101. But anyway, isn't that interesting?
Yes.
That to him, it was like, okay, now that I've heard these stories, I get it. Now I get
fun
it. Yeah, it was a different time.
Everyone's young. Everyone's like the first time.
Yeah, we were
There's no one that's been in there a long time that can go, or
right.
just like, I mean, you couldn't say OT was a failure because you didn't.
No.
Yeah, like you look at Patty or Tim, you go, well, OT's crap, because it's
right.
like, look at them, and but you didn't have that then. It was like all new, and
it was a hope. Hubbard was doing his research, and so all of us were like these young people thinking, hey, it could
we're
work.
Gonna be there when it hits.
Exactly.
We're there.
Yeah. We're part of it.
This is it?
No, it's down about a block.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is,
when it hits, we're going to be on the ground floor.
I know, we're going to be on the ground floor.
We're going to be that first spacecraft. When it launches off. We're out of here, baby.
Well, it wasn't really that, but it was that we did with the OTs.
Yeah, I mean,
am I getting... I know I can see the Manor, but I can't tell if I'm filming it. Do you see it? Do you see the Celebrity Center? I mean, I see it. It's that building.
Yeah.
Just a little
tad of it.
Tad of it. But I mean, we're right off. We're on Franklin. Here's Franklin. Yeah. And here we go. Here's the 101, which is in movies and things like this. You'll see this 101 restaurant. And now we're going to go in and see it. It's a really famous old restaurant. They've got great food. And it's a fun place. But thank you. All right, now, here's the 101. Let's get this shot because this is in a couple of the movies. There you go. And then the other thing, here's the Best Western, very exciting. But right over here, it's another kind of historical thing, is the Hollywood Towers, which had some significance, but I forget what it is. Stuff when you come to LA, they have all these touristy things. Oh, it's gonna go out. Well, anyway, this is really cool photographs of things. This is great. Young Frankenstein. These are all people that have been here. There you go. Godfather. And here's the hotel entrance. So we're right below the, we just came from CC, and the HGB is up just a couple blocks.
How do you spell Palladium?
We're going to go by the Palladium to show you where Hubbard was. That's the Hollywood. There you go, Hollywood. Here we came when L. Ron Hubbard was announced that he was dead, but of course they didn't say he was dead. They said he passed on. Now you should go straight. Don't go right here. Go the Palladium. Okay, and so that they announced that and see if you can go around the corner because that's where we all met. We had this all hands. Everybody was ordered to the Palladium. And we didn't know what it was. Everybody showed up there. And then this guy came out and said, L. Ron Hubbard. No, you have to go around the corner. That's where we met.
Oh.
L. Ron Hubbard. Nobody went in this way. They announced L. Ron Hubbard couldn't keep doing his research with his body. So he had to pass. I had to drop his body so he could pass on and do more research. And I'm like, this is so full of shit, I can't believe it. That was my thought. It was like, come on. But whatever, it was just like, okay, whatever. And then the next thing that was announced was L. Ron Hubbard decided that he wanted his friends Pat and Annie Broker to take over. And I'm like, who the hell are Pat and Annie Broker? I'd never even heard of them, let alone they're going to take over the church? And it took me until I left Scientology, to find out who Pat and Annie Broker were, which they were L. Ron Hubbard's best friends, it turns out. Who knew? He lived up at the ranch and took care of them. This is where we all met. This is exactly, everybody who came to L. Ron Hubbard's announcement of his death, this is where we were. It was filled with tons, I mean, it was like literally thousands of Scientologists. We all went in there and they announced it here. This is it. This is where they announced it. But anyway, it took me until I left, and then Jesse Prince told me what happened as far as Pat and Annie Broker, because I never knew. I was, and it was one of those things. It was like, don't ask, don't tell, because Miscavige took over right away, and it was just like, don't ask, don't tell, just move along. And it was like, and nobody, the finance police came in, everybody was like too afraid to even get into it. But what happened was, Miscavige actually got with Pat Broker and said, either you get the hell out of here or I'm going to put you in prison for the rest of your life.
Right.
And so he took off, and Annie Broker supposedly has been on the RPF since. And that was a long time ago, 86, I think. Or something. It's a really long time. Or protected, you know what I mean? Like whether she's literally on the RPF or just
hidden away.
Yeah, hidden away with guards like Mary Sue was.